name is LoeyLane, and I'm so excited to tell you guys about my new podcast, Internet Urban Legends, with my BFF Snitchery.
We deep dive into the darkest corners of the internet to uncover whether some of the most notorious web myths are hoax or whether they're con. Internet Urban Legends, available exclusively on Spotify.
Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello, my name is Loey. It has been a few weeks since you have seen my face. I do apologize for that. There is a bit of an update slash where I was the last 2 weeks of October on my community tab here on my YouTube channel, in case you're curious. And I could not think of a better return to YouTube than diving back into the scary and the haunted side of TikTok. Today's videos range everywhere from cult media that was found in someone's basically backyard to bizarre hauntings captured on camera, and I have 21 scary TikToks to go over today with you all. Before we get started, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Established Titles. I think Established Titles is so cool, and with the holiday season coming up, this is a phenomenal gift idea that is equal parts kind of novelty gift as well as doing something good and positive for the world. The gift of Established Titles is essentially based on the Scottish tradition, where if you are to buy as little as 1 square foot of land, you receive the title of Lord or Lady. Somewhere in Scotland, yours truly has her very own land plot and the certificate to go along with it that says that I am Lady LoeyLane. Established Titles is more than a certificate, however. It's a fun and novel way to preserve the Scottish woodlands, while also helping global reforestation efforts. Established Titles plants a tree with every single order, and since 2020, they have partnered with Trees for the Future and planted over 2 million trees. They've also saved over 170 acres from destructive urban use in 6 different parts of the Scottish woodlands. Established Titles also works with One Tree Planted, a nonprofit who aims to plant trees all over the world. When you order from Established Titles, your title pack comes with the following: at least 1 square foot of dedicated land, as well as a unique assigned plot number. These plots are on a private property in Edelston, Scotland. You get your cool certificate, which also does say your unique plot ID number. You get the title, of course, of Lord or Lady, and the knowledge that you're doing some good out there in the world by planting a tree with your purchase. Established Titles is running a huge Black Friday sale right now, and when you use my code LoeyLane, you will get an additional 10% off of your purchase. The first 200 people who use my link, establishedtitles.com/LoeyLane, to shop will not only get a discount, you will also effectively be within like walking distance of my plot, which kind of makes me feel like we could start an entire little LoeyLane kingdom, you know? Once again, go to establishedtitles.com/LoeyLane and use code LoeyLane for 10% off of your purchase. Become a Lord or Lady today, and I am so excited to be little plot neighbors with some of you. Thank you to Established Titles for sponsoring today's video, and thank you to any of you who use my link and code to purchase. It really helps to support the channel more than you know. Okay, now into the TikToks. So I'm not going to talk your ear off about it here, but the reason that I've been offline recently is that I had a slight mental breakdown over my own workload for this channel, slash just imaginary deadlines I was kind of putting onto myself. And so I've decided these are you guys' favorite videos. They're some of my favorite videos to film. What if we just had like a weekly roundup like this, where they're not necessarily divided into haunted side of TikToks or, you know, glitch in the matrix TikToks, so I'll still definitely do those kinds of videos. I think it could just be cool if like once a week we sort of check in, touch base, and just go over the scariest TikTok finds of the week. Let me know how you feel about that after watching this video. It's a more casual, less scripted way to approach this content, and as long as you're into it, I think it could help me also produce a lot more of these sorts of videos. Now, this first one comes from the TikToker theharindersingh, though the original video is from just like a generic TikTok user, blah blah blah, bunch of numbers. This is the original poster's only video. It was posted a couple of weeks ago at the time of filming this, and they haven't said anything since.
You guys have to watch this creepy video.
Going for a walk and I look up and I see my neighbors
see that the poster is recording outside of their neighbor's home, watching as the lights flicker. Before they can even register what's going on, everyone in the room stops what they're doing, turns around, and stares at them. This is something straight out of a horror movie, and as I was even reading through the comments, somebody said, isn't this from like Paranormal Activity 3 or something? That I can't really verify. I didn't see that movie, and this footage is unfamiliar to me, but either way, I thought this was a creepy way to start off these scary TikTok finds. The next video comes from the TikTok account, Whoa, That Is Strange, aptly named, as the video that we're going to be taking a look at today is nothing short of bizarre.
This photo was taken at a wedding reception, and everything looks fine. Everybody's smiling for the camera. But in the back on the left-hand side, right here, you can see some sort of like creature. And where it was taken in a live photo, you can actually see it moving. It seems like it has gray skin and hollow eyes. What do you think this could be? Let me know.
As you can see, due to the live photo feature, there is something in the background of this photo. Someone at that table who doesn't really look like they belong. This could be, I guess, a trick of the light, but whatever that is looks so out of place, and it's definitely not a prop or anything, as you can literally see the head move in the live photo feature. I'm not sure what this one could be, but someone in the comments also asked if anyone knew if something had gone terribly wrong that night, as that could be the Reaper. I guess essentially saying that this could be like the Grim Reaper himself lingering in this photo as tragedy was about to strike. Then from Paranormal 582, we have a video of 3 young children sitting in a circle, seemingly playing some kind of game. Everything seems quite normal in this clip. Just looks like a couple of kids hanging out, playing around, when suddenly one of them falls forward, and it seems as though they are being dragged away by an unseeable force. The other 2 children rush to help the child, and when they can't, they rush into the bathroom and lock themselves in. Alarmingly, after this, the 3rd child stands up, but kind of like on all fours, walks to the door and tries to open it. This is a really strange video with no additional context. Prior to the young child being dragged away, the other 2 children are kind of peering around at something behind them, trying to see what is going on, and then they are dragged out of frame. This is a bizarre video of potentially caught on camera paranormal footage, but I want to know what you guys think of this one. Is it a hoax? Is it just a bunch of kids playing around? Or is this something much darker? Speaking of things that are much darker, the next video is from the TikTok user, and I do hope I'm saying this correctly, Martina Mina. In this, Martina is with her young child who is staying quite close to her side as she asks whatever is in the room with them to make themselves known.
So if anyone is here, can you give me any sign, anything, move the chair on the table or something? Oh my God, okay, wait, okay, wait. Look at that, look at that, look. Can you stop now? It's enough. I know you are here. What do you want? Okay, leave it. You need to leave now. This is not your house. You need to leave. This is not your house. No, you need to leave. You can't be here. What's that? No, it's enough. It's Jakub. Is enough. You need to leave.
Now when Martina asks whatever this is to make itself known, a picture frame on the wall begins to shake. And then we see as a chair slides across the floor. Her child is panicking and Martina insists that whatever this is, it's gotta leave. This one was weird. The chair at the end kind of got to me. I was just like, who is trying to redecorate in this poor family's home? Next up, we have a video from Whitmarie1, and the video is captioned, "The horses were acting off, and I felt like something was off. Then I caught this."
Okay.
The person who tagged me in this said, "Ooh, more mimic content." And that is because in this video, you can see something standing in the dark. as the poster is walking towards the barn. The poster also thinks you can hear a random voice saying "how" here. I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. It could be heavy breathing making that sound. Either way, there's clearly something there. Something that the poster did not see with the naked eye either. Another video from Whoa, That Is Strange, this time seemingly showcasing the spirit of a young girl that is infamous in the area that's being filmed.
This video was captured in Corning, New York. Somebody's seen this on their Wise security camera. They said that this area is known for a family of ghosts that live in it, and they believe this to be the little girl named Emily. As you can see, she hops across the parking lot. So is this a ghost or something else?
I have watched this clip so many times, and you can literally see this little girl manifest, like appear out of absolutely nowhere and then just start hopping along the ground. There's something translucent about it even when it is on camera, and it literally appears from nowhere. So I don't think that this was just a child playing outside of this home. This one really sent chills down my spine. Anything again to do with kids and ghosts freaks me out a little extra. Then we have two videos from diiegospyckerzss. I know, probably didn't think you were gonna be hearing that name again. I did an entire video documenting Diego's peculiar haunting before he came out and said that it was all an act, that he had edited every single piece of content, and that the story was essentially over. So imagine my surprise when several of you tagged me in new videos from Diego's account, and it seems like he's going through something new and much weirder than last time. First, we have this video captioned, "Every night he knocks on the doors of my house, but only until today could I see him."
¿Quién?
In this video, we can see what looks like somebody banging on the front door of Diego's home. When he opens the door, of course, no one is there, but when he turns around, someone is in the darkness, whispering to him. Like, that wasn't weird enough, then there's this video that was uploaded a bit later in the month, and it features a bunch of mannequins when Diego captures one of them moving.
Amor, te lo juro que esa muñeca no estaba mirando hacia acá, mira. ¿Ves que parece como si nos estuviera mirando? Amor, amor, parpadeó. Amor, te lo juro que parpadeó.
I know. What freaking nightmare fuel is that? Keeping an eye on Diego's account once again, and very excited to see what is to come in this haunting. Is he telling another story? Or is this a case of the boy who cried wolf, and what he's experiencing now is too real? This next one is from Riverfronthaunting, and I have to be honest with you, this probably scared me more than any other video that I'm going to talk about today. And that's saying a lot because we still have a decent ways to go. In it, we hear a young boy at the beginning say, "Mom, that's not me." To which the mother replies, "I know that's not you." And if that is not the most bone-chilling way to start this off, I don't know what is. So we can hear something talking and moving around down the hallway, except the poster's son is accounted for right beside her, and there's no explanation as to what it could be. This next one I was tagged in a lot. It's from itsjook, and I almost included other videos from this account, but we have a lot to go through today, so I'm gonna try to explain what's going on here to the best of my ability. The TikToker has a series of videos where they will take their dog out on late night walks. And during these, some kind of weird stuff has started happening. Deers that come from the woods and stare for a bit too long, unmoving, unfrightened by the dog. Other people have thought that they've seen things come out of the forest in other videos. Well, in this one, we have a bit of footage of the poster kind of going through this entire route. And the way that their dog acts on this walk is eerie. In fact, the very beginning says, "This is where my dog signaled that we were being followed." And you can clearly see the dog in this very bit of footage looking pretty freaked out. I don't know, keeping an eye on this one for sure, but the videos are very far apart, like over a year's worth of time apart, I think, some of them going back as far as 5 months. I didn't always see what the comments were pointing out, but it stands to say that this dog knows something is going on. Next up is from Oliviatwistmysteries. This is supposedly paranormal activity caught in a basement. By using a balloon and other objects in this, the person who was recording the video is sort of playing around with a ghost, allowing it to interact with the balloon, slap its hand, and even pull on a roll of toilet paper.
This Instagram user posted experiments they have been doing with the paranormal entity in their basement. There are footsteps, then the balloon is hit by an unseen force. In a second video, more footsteps are followed by the owner's hand being slapped. Finally, he tries one more experiment. Watch what happens.
If we had that much exciting ghost footage to go over on a regular basis, I think that I would probably have to post like 3 times a day to keep up. Something about this seems a bit far-fetched to me. Sort of hoaxy, however, it's still a creepy one to look at. Then we have a video from weirdwestmeath, and oh my god, you guys have been tagging me in videos on this account. I hear you loud and clear, and I think it's getting its own dedicated video coming up. This video alone should probably show you why. Essentially, the poster is alone in a city, and weird things are happening around them. I feel like we've seen a pretty big TikTok trend of people who say that everyone in their town has disappeared, and they'll film these awful, eerie videos of places that should be bustling, entirely abandoned. Like I said, we can go over this entire account, but essentially, this video showcases the poster going to a park when they see something awaiting them in a small tunnel. However, they're not alone in the park. There is a figure sitting on a bench in a suit with a burlap sack over their head, unmoving. And it's just weird to watch.
This TikTok was silent, so I'm going to narrate for you. Welcome to story time. I was heading through Streamstown when I spotted that thing I saw in the old dark house. It wasn't moving, but I'm still suspect of it. Looked like a tape player in the tunnel. Might be useful. Hope it doesn't make another go for me. And now it's time for the poster to get out of here.
I don't know, man. This is bizarre and definitely an ARG scary story worth exploring in its own video. So I'm not going to get too much deeper into it. I just wanted to show you this one video because so many of you tagged me in it, and it's gonna give me nightmares tonight. So I thought I would share the love, of course. Speaking of TikTokers that could honestly get their own video, we have another one here from dommatigan, who I mentioned a lot in my last paranormal TikTok video. Now, Dom is experiencing a crazy haunting, a very, very vocal haunting. And in this video, it's obvious that the haunting is far from over.
Oh. You gotta be kidding me.
Where this video kind of deters from others is that Dom's cross falls off of his wall. And listen, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I don't think that's a very good sign of anything. I've been keeping an eye on Dom's account, but the paranormal activity in his house is not shy, always quite loud. and always ready to make itself known. Next up, we have a video from Cactustate. Cactustate's daughter wakes up in the middle of the night and does something really weird. So the kid wakes up in the middle of the night, tells her mom, hey, we gotta get bats. The mom's like, okay, we're getting bats. When she starts recording to be like, what in the world is going on, her kid starts singing Ring Around the Rosie. Now, Ring Around the Rosie, if you didn't know, is like a children's nursery school song, but some people believe it has some darker undertones, specifically being associated with the Great Plague of England back in like 1665. That's what this is often equated to. So the mom is like horrified when her kid starts singing this. Anyway, a weird video to be sure. And kids and ghosts, man, I just think that they know everything. I think that they literally are just so in tune with the paranormal, and it equal parts fascinates and terrifies me. This next video is from artistsjourney, who captions this content, "The weirdest thing happened on my way home last night." Now in this video, the person who's recording keeps kind of like turning around with their camera as though they think they're like being followed. When they get to their door, they see that there's something left outside waiting for them.
The weirdest thing happened on my way home last night.
Now, of course this could be staged, and most likely is, I suppose. We don't really see what's in the envelope. It has kind of like a creepy-ish sigil on it, and then we hear that absolute, just gut-wrenching screaming from down the hall. This is a weird TikTok and gives me the heebie-jeebies. Now, I have come at you pretty hard, pretty fast with a bunch of TikToks, but now let's settle in for a story time with another TikToker. This video is from macabrehappenings, who's going to tell us about the Cincinnati crawler.
This photo is of the Cincinnati crawler. It was taken by a family who caught him in their home in 1974, but he escaped shortly afterwards. So in 1974, the Johnson family in Cincinnati noticed a couple weird things happening in their home. The 14-year-old daughter, Claire, would complain about seeing glowing eyes outside of her window at night. And then one night, the youngest son, Timmy, was laying in bed in the dark when he felt the family dog jump up onto his bed. But when he went to go pet it, it was not the dog. It was the crawler, who police still believe was responsible for the disappearance of 4 other boys in the area. Some believe that he was an escaped convict, while others actually believe that he was the victim of human experiments happening in the area that may have been conducted by the family's dad. Claire snapped this photo of him before he escaped, but he was never found since.
Now this story is a creepypasta, as is disclosed in the actual caption of the video, but what a bizarre story, and what a good creepypasta to keep you up at night. Next, we have an update from geebeetv. I know, I thought this story had wrapped up a while ago, and I'm gonna be really honest with you, this more so seems like a recap of events that have happened, while also showcasing us a bit of new footage walking through the attic of this haunted home with an EMF reader. Now, geebeetv, if you're unfamiliar, was essentially this couple who documented the process of renovating their home, and they would find all of these insane things, Dybbuk boxes, Ouija boards, pictures, locks of hair, there was just so much stuff in this place, and we did an entire video on it. They haven't uploaded in months, and then came back with this.
Now we really need to move. We found these weird boxes hidden in the attic and stupidly opened them. I've been warned that something could have been trapped in there, but I never believed in that sort of thing. At first it seemed fine. But then it started going crazy when I got to the corner where the boxes were hidden. It's freezing cold here too. It's picking up something all along this back wall. I think something might actually be here. This is really starting to freak me out.
Again, not sure what this means for the overall content of geebeetv's TikTok, but I thought this was weird enough that I would share. Then we have a TikTok from the user underthecapricornsun, who essentially, I'm not going to include the entire TikTok here because she goes into a very deep story time about it. You can go watch it on her account if you want to. But she basically talks about how I guess there's this big trend right now, on TikTok specifically, of people who say that you should ask who the president is when you lucid dream. Like the president or just other big things that might be going on in the world. But specifically, this user wanted to know who the president was. And when she found out, there were some weird results.
I was in a dream and I was in a house. I was in one of those houses where you have the open hallway on the second floor where you can like look over the banister into like a living room. So there were people in the living room that I had just been down there, and I was going upstairs to a different part of the house in my dream when I became lucid. I looked at a door and the doorknob was on the wrong side, and I was like, that's not what doorknobs look like. And immediately I was like, oh my God, I'm in a dream. I'm in a dream. As soon as I was like, I am in a dream, thought it to myself, everything, all the people in the house froze and everything started shaking. And then I was like, okay, wait, no, I gotta calm down. So I took some breaths and I centered myself, and then everything went back to normal. So I pulled out my phone and it was so funny. I started typing, who is the president, into Google. Everything looks normal, but the word president, when I got to president, who is the president? It was like, who is the perspective? It would not let me search it. So I switched the script. I thought out loud. I said, who is the president? And instead of writing who is the, I wrote president because it was like the wrong word in the wrong order. And then I searched it. Oh, and it went through. And it said the 38th president is someone who is named Emile or Emif, E-M-I-F-R-L-E, Green, G-R-E-E-N-E. And it was a woman president, and they were the 38th president of whatever country this was. It was like America, but it wasn't America.
That is not a name that I recognize. I feel like it's not a name any of us recognize, but I think just goes to show you that we still have so much to understand and learn about our dreams. Now, this video is why I wanted to make another scary side of TikTok video. This is from the TikToker wwscd, and the stuff that this person talks about in this video about a cult that essentially was in their very own backyard that is still alive and well today is absolutely insane. I cannot even begin to summarize it. You just have to see it for yourself.
I grew up next to a cult, and I'm about to show you the pamphlets and cassette tapes that they distributed to their members. This cult is a modern cult in America that still exists in several states. It's called the Living Word, and it was created by John Robert Stevens in 1951 in California. I'm from a tiny mountain town in Colorado called Palmer Lake. And when I say I grew up next to them, they were literally across the road from me. As I tell you this story, I am going to show you the pamphlets and cassette tapes, only 1% of them because, as you can see, I have boxes filled. So they were being quarantined on their property for allegations. Surprise, surprise. And my friends and I decided to go look around in the abandoned buildings out there. We explored the pamphlets. Here's an example of one. It says, "But I'm only 8 years old." They mailed these to their members across the nation. If you look in the top left corner of this photo, you'll see the date at which this pamphlet was sent out. Which, if I'm reading correctly, that says 1978. And as if you couldn't get culty enough, they might as well just stamp it on the front of this one. Can you drink the cup? Now this one terrifies me a little bit because it's slightly apocalyptic. Total discipleship will dominate the world. I'm ready to read these pamphlets because I definitely think that there is abuse going on in this cult and it should be outed. So let me know if you want to hear these pamphlets. This cult is still alive and well, and people have come forward. Ex-members of this cult have come forward with little to no avail. There's a mini documentary online, but not much else. I have so much more to share. There's going to be another video.
I want to look into this so much more. I'm hopeful that the poster will come back with some updates here because I think this is really important to shed lights on. This is not a cult that has been widely explored, at least not from what I can find from a Google search. And there is some creepy stuff in these pamphlets that she showed, to be sure. Finishing this off, we're gonna touch very lightly on a TikTok mystery you guys have been going feral for. I say feral with such love, but you guys have been all over this page tagging me away. I hope they don't hate me by now. This is the TikTok user whistlegraph. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Didn't really know what a whistlegraph was prior to this, but it seems to be a mode of storytelling that uses song, whistles essentially, in some of them, but this TikTok page does a lot of like singing and stuff, and they'll do it in conjunction with drawing a photo. Now, the one that went awfully viral is this, talking about being caught in a web.
In my web.
Now.
In my web.
You're.
In my web.
Trapped.
In my web.
Here.
Okay, weird, right? But nothing too sinister going on here. It's people drawing on the ground with chalk, singing a slightly foreboding song. However, people were quick to point out that at one point there were 3 posters on this account. I'm gonna pop up this little bonus video of the 3 of them right here warming up, I suppose. And it would appear that in recent videos, one of these posters is missing. Now, people were quick to point this out and say, where is your friend? Where is the 3rd person? And they answered that, as well as really played into those kinds of people who are like, hey, do this if you need help, by talking about where their friend was in the following video in a very cryptic way, as well as using the very color of chalk that people told them to use if they were in danger.
He's sort of stuck in a square.
Bouncing arrows everywhere.
Oh. Trapped in the screen.
We're saving.
I am keeping an eye on this, y'all. This is weird. This is really weird, I'll give you that. I don't know what it means, but I know it means something. There you guys have it. That was 21 scary TikToks that I wanted to share with you all today. Again, this was a bit of a more lighthearted and less structured approach to these kinds of videos. Normally, I'm very type A with these. I research, then I write a script. When I write a script, I watch each and every video like 5 more times to really dig deep. Whereas for this, I really just downloaded the TikToks and chatted with you about them like we were just buddies, you know, sending TikToks back and forth. Let me know how you like it down below, or if you even noticed a difference, to be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and go, but I wanna say a huge thank you to my subscriber, Jana, I hope I'm saying that correctly, for being a member of this channel. If you wanna join the channel memberships, get extra members exclusive content, including extra videos, polls to help me decide on new topics, members only updates, and so much more, you can click that little join button. It should be somewhere around the screen. We would love to have you. For now, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you very, very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!